Hey guys, in this video I'm going to show you why your fridge isn't cooling properly and the easy way to fix it. It's because of this right here, a dirty condenser coil. And it doesn't matter what make or model fridge you have. I'm working on a GE profile side by side, but whether you have an LG, a Whirlpool, Frigidaire, it's all the same. With pretty much every fridge, you're going to find your coil at the back side, very bottom, in behind an easy to remove panel. In my case, I had to remove 6 1/4-inch bolts. And once the panel's off, it's time to unplug your fridge. You've got lots of electrical and a spinning fan back here. I like to wait until the last minute possible to keep everything in my fridge cold. But before you get in there and touch anything, always unplug the fridge. Most of us don't even know it's there or what its purpose is, but it's extremely vital to your fridge's operation, and keeping it clean is very important. So depending on how dusty, greasy your home is, or if you've got pets with hair and dander floating everywhere, you might need to be cleaning this as often as every 2 to 4 months. This specific fridge is 12 years old and has never once been cleaned. So this is a good example to show you of just how bad it can get if you don't clean this coil. And 100% the reason why this fridge is not staying cold enough. Before I continue demonstrating the tools and this one specific product that's going to help you getting your coil looking brand new again, and please go ahead and like the video if you found it useful. And if it helped you fix your fridge, definitely leave me a comment letting me know. That means a lot and it helps a lot too. Before we go ahead and clean the coil, let's take a quick second and talk about why it's so important to keep it clean and what the job is of the condenser coil. Its job is to remove heat from the refrigerant that travels through these lines and release it outside with the help of a fan up front here. Its process is vital for your fridge to maintain a cool temperature, and if the condenser coil is coated in dust and dirt, then it'll have to work just as harder and be less effective at cooling your fridge. I'm going to show you a few really effective ways of cleaning your coil and getting it looking brand new again, but at the very least, if you want to quickly get some of that dust and dirt off, then really all you need to get started is a good strength vacuum, and even better, if you go ahead and invest in one of these long bendable brushes, just a few dollars at Home Depot. It's the kind you use to clean the lint out of your dryer. Using just a vacuum will only get you so far because, as you can see, the coil is cylinder in shape, so you won't be able to get the backside. That's why investing in a brush like this will help greatly. But if you let your coil get this dirty, then you might also have to invest in a specialized cleaner. There's a few on the market, but most are made to clean the condensers on air conditioning units outside. They're made to just instantly dissolve the dust. So no brushing, no dusting required. This will do all the work, but they all, except this product, requires you to rinse them off after. So meant for an outdoor AC unit, but inside working on a fridge, you don't want to have to hose down your coil once you spray it. You create a huge mess. So this NuBlast by NuCalgon is the only product that requires no rinsing. It leaves no residue. About $30 Canadian. I've seen it sold in the US on Amazon as well. The first method would be to vacuum the coil with just whatever standard vacuum you have in your home with a brush attachment, being careful not to hit the refrigerant lines, just trying to work around them. And of course, make sure your fridge is unplugged. As you can see, that 10-second application of the vacuum was quite effective, but I can point out here where a vacuum can only get in so far, but the rounded top of the condenser coil still has a ton of dust sitting on it, and I'm sure the same for the backside. So this is where the bendable wire brush will come in handy. So that definitely worked with the wire brush. With the right curve and working it down and around, I was able to get this brush right along what felt like the backside and then do my best to work back and forth. So just the vacuum alone and then the wire brush was really effective at getting a lot of the dust off. But now that it's clean, I can show you how the condenser coil has quite a few layers. Like there's dust probably trapped deep inside as well. So stopping here, you can feel good about yourself that you cleaned a decent portion. But if you're already here and you want to take an extra step even before investing money in this, I'm going to show you one other cleaning technique that'll get in even deeper with something you might already have around the house. And that would be an air compressor. I know it's not something everybody has around the house, but 50% chance you or a neighbor might have one, or somebody you know and you can borrow one. And with this air gun attachment, we'll be able to blow as much dust as we can out from deep within the coil. And so you don't have a crazy influx of dust shooting out the front side while you're hitting it with the air compressor, I got my shop vac out and placed it underneath the front of the fridge. I just had to remove a plastic skirt that required 2 Phillips screws. That was it. And then I'm going to pack around the shop vac nozzle with some towels to make sure whatever gets blown out the front goes into the shop vac hose and nowhere else in the kitchen. So now it's going to get loud in here. We'll turn on the shop vac. I've got all the towels wrapped around. Come to the back side, and now with the air gun, we'll hit it from the back side. I'm very impressed with the air compressor results. I'll get in there with a light, but if you look deep in, at least from my vantage point, there's absolutely no dust deep inside there. It's all cleaned out. I was able to reach in behind with my hand and feel for any dust. None to be had. I was excited to use this product. I've seen videos online where it absolutely just melts away the dust. So it would have been nice to show you guys how that works, but in my case, it's just simply not needed. So I'm going to take this back to the store and save myself $30. So this is literally all I needed, and hopefully you as well have access to an air compressor if you're going to take this job on yourself. Other than that, it was a $12 bendable brush from Home Depot, standard home vacuum with a soft brush attachment. I also ended up using my shop vac to suck up the air from the front of my fridge, but you could stick with your home vacuum for that as well. And a couple of blankets to pat around the bottom of the fridge to make sure all the dust goes up into the vacuum. And lastly, if needed, I'll link this in the description. If you don't have the air compressor and after vacuuming and brushing you're still left with dust, go ahead and try this product, NuBlast from NuCalgon. So there you have it. If you had issues with your fridge not cooling properly and the condenser coil was as dusty as mine, then cleaning it should have solved the problem and your fridge should be working like new again. All it's left to do is screw on that back panel, and if you have a turbo cool feature, go ahead and hit that. It's going to help get your fridge back down to cool temperature after having been unplugged for so long. And again, if you found the video helpful, please leave it a like, and definitely, if it helped fix your problem, leave me a comment. I love reading them. The likes and the comments mean a lot, and they help a lot too.